Hello, this is Liam Gallagher with Intelligent Plants Apothecary, your health coach. So it's been a while since I've posted. Life has happened, as it does, and I've been a bit overwhelmed. So I just got back from a vacation to Puerto Rico for 2 weeks. I really enjoyed it. I'm feeling a lot better, more relaxed. Part of why I'm able to start again. I've had tremendous amounts of PTSD. It has kept me stuck for a long time. Even as I began to learn how to cope with it and deal with it directly and start removing my triggers, life was too stressful for me. People are hard to trust, especially in the American mindset. So with all the marketing and all the bullshit we're subject to, a break was needed, so I took one. I am going to have to retrain myself, or excuse me, since I was unable to eat the way I typically do while I was in Puerto Rico. I'm going to need to transition back into full keto. I will do that by drinking more kombucha, eating all my vegetables, having my vegetables be all fermented. I do lacto fermenting on my own counter. And I'm also I got some pecans. I'll probably get some walnuts too, maybe some almonds, and I'll soak them for a while and get them sprouted. And once they sprout, I'll dry them out and kind of keep them in the fridge. They're good for a couple of days. So if I have any sort of craving, I can go ahead and grab some of those, a handful of those, and eat that, and get myself used to doing the fats again. If I do any sort of fruit or vegetable, I will keep them separate from each other. It takes different enzymes to break them down. Eating them at the same time is not as kind to your body as you could be. So the only thing I'll be adding if I do vegetables, I will eat some sort of fat with it. So like celery with some either almond butter or some sunflower seed butter on top of it, or I'll even do that with apples and that sort of thing too. So as I've mentioned before, you have to have fat soluble, you have to have fat in order to absorb fat soluble vitamins. When I'm able to eat full keto, I definitely feel better. I was, before I went down to Puerto Rico, I was at the point that I was able to eat one meat meal a day and be satisfied. Maybe a couple tablespoons of sunflower butter or something in the morning if I were that my stomach were rumbling that hard. And doing really well. I was eating, once, maybe twice a day in very small amounts, pretty much all fat, some meat. And I've put on weight and I'm healthier. I feel healthier. I'm more vibrant, and I've come a long way with that too. So what I'll be getting into is more on some of the stuff to deal with traumas, PTSD. I'll kind of show you some techniques that I've learned when I've had a lot of this. The doctors don't know a lot about stress or anxiety or PTSD or any of that. They really have very little information, and a lot of it's tied to diet as well. So that's kind of why I've done what I've done, is I've needed to know it. There wasn't any information available at the time, so I figured it out. I put a lot of things together. Everything that I will talk about, I've personally tried, and I know for a fact is effective, and not just with myself. I've given this information to other people as well, and when they've been able to adopt it, they've done well with it as also. So when I'm eating full keto, I've been able to control my blood sugar a lot easier. It takes less amounts of insulin, and it tends to stay in a tighter range and is more controllable when I'm eating the slow release that a fat is as far as fuel for the body. The levels of insulin and the way the insulin works is easier to match up than it is with the heavy big spikes that you get with a carb-based diet. Rice and starches are they're complex carbohydrates. It takes a lot to digest them, and there's a whole lot that can go wrong in the process. So I will continue to update. I'm working on a podcast. I've got, I think, 3 episodes recorded. I want to get 6 or 8 recorded before I publish them. They're going to be very in-depth about topics that I kind of refer to in these little podcasts, like walking around barefoot, diet. What exactly is a ketogenic diet? What exactly is a vegan diet? What will happen to you if you eat one way or the other? And those sorts of topics, including why it's important to pay attention to what's in your water and those sort of things, like cytotoxins and other things that I've written. I'm actually publish those in a spoken format so that it's easier to digest for most people. So thanks for following along. I will be posting again here in the next couple of days. I will be going over a little bit more of what I mean with repairing your gut and your gut biome and all of those sort of things, and the methods that I've used to address that issue. So thanks for joining me. Have a great day.